We're making another, part 2, y'all. So far, looks fucking sick, dude. I went ahead and knocked out this damn power steering cooler. Basically the same thing. Just make a tab on the bottom, and then I actually went and tied both of these in to this bar, and it helps a shit ton. Like if you push down, there's really no flex. I remember before it was like the whole thing would like bow down, and that's why I kind of went away with the whole hood latch. So I think I might still just go ahead and send it with the pins. This latch is kind of crusty, so it sucks I don't really have these. I would get some arrow catches, but I'm fucking impatient, so I can always make it work with these, and then if that doesn't work or if it is sketchy, then I'll probably get some arrow catches for it. So I guess I will start knocking out the hood pins and we can go from there. By starting off this is the first time I'm putting pins on a hood, obviously, because I'm literally just sitting here looking at it. So I basically just start taping the hood in kind of the area I want the hood pins. Now I go in and kind of get a good center point at the front of the hood, so that way I kind of have a measuring point to go off of and make sure they're symmetrical. And then before I drill, I'll of course stand back and just make sure that they look like they're right, because sometimes, you know, they can be perfect and then still look kind of weird. So I end up checking these holes that I marked to start drilling the holes based off of the rivets on the hood vent. So that was kind of helpful, because I knew the hood vent was pretty centered on the hood. So
go back now.
So I went ahead and did that, as well as checking them from the center line that I marked on the hood. So after some cutting and drilling and finishing a little bit, we got up with focus. Come on, you shit. We got this. So it's just basically the same kind of tab I cut, rounded off the edges, and I made this a little long so I can like just weld it and then like lob it off. So that kind of takes some stress out of getting it perfect. And that goes right, yeah. So that goes in there like that. It's like that side. And I'm basically just going to shut the hood, make sure I like where it sits, and then I'll tack it on and then kind of clean it up when it's already tacked on.
Bag up. Bag up. Bag up. Bag up.
Before I put the hood on and start welding stuff, I want to make sure that these are obviously where I want them on the bar. So since they're in the pins, it doesn't really stop them from kind of rotating, and I want to make sure it's perfectly like perpendicular with that top bar that I'm going to be welding it to before I just go ahead and start tacking it. So, because everybody knows grinding off tacks and doing it again is not fun. So if you can do it in the first try, obviously it's, yeah. So, but eventually, yeah, we're going to put the hood on and start tacking. This is what it looks like now. Super not neat looking. There's way more. I gotta cut off a lot more of that tab to kind of sit flush, so that'll look pretty nice once I do that. Boom. Dude, that's fucking money. That's pretty damn sick. Probably can't open it with one hand, but... Okay, so hood is good. That's where I left off. I kind of just knocked out the bumper support. I really had to lock in order to do that, so I figured I'd just kind of knock it out and not film and really concentrate, because this is definitely one of the more intricate bends that I had to do. So if you guys haven't caught on by now too, I'm pretty much doing this after work. Like, I work as a diesel mechanic, and I basically just come home and grind and try and knock the shit out, and it's just the rhythm I found myself doing at the moment, and it seems to be working pretty good. As you can see, I'm in the middle of wiring the fans too. Just kind of want to get a couple steps ahead. I do have an event at Trip to the Pond over in Birmingham, Alabama in a couple weeks, so I'm not in a huge rush, but I'm also not like, I eventually need this turd for something. But yeah, right here, just big old spaghetti. So yeah, the relay will be up in the stock ECU location for the Z's. So, along with the Holly. So I need to take the spaghetti and run it through the firewall. And this is kind of the wire tuck I got going. So I'll probably just, yeah, have the fans running like a little separate harness just so it makes it a little easier to service. Yeah, so far so good. Definitely gonna clean it up a little bit and put some paint on her. But, you know, I think it really does give the engine bay a good look. Definitely more race car, more DIY. Well, right now it looks pretty special just because of the headlights, but yeah, you'll get the point. For this bumper support, I'm probably gonna run a bar like just from here to here just to kind of give it more rigidity, because you know KBD bumpers weigh like 500 pounds, so, and they're flappy. You don't want a flappy bumper, guys. Okay, Elliot, tell us what we did. You can't talk? You better talk, damn it. Tell us what we did. Can you sit? Oh my god. He can't talk or do nothing else, but damn, he can sit. We got this thing mocked up good. The fit up is pretty good, especially for the first try, making the bar on top, so cannot complain. What I will complain about, these quick releases, like, I don't know, they were a good idea in theory, but yeah, you can see like this side, like, it does make getting the bumper on it, as I fucking say that. Okay, one-handed is not fair. I just have it like riv nutted to the fender, and over time, after it gets ripped off from doing dumb shit like drifting and stuff like that, they tend to droop and stuff, and the riv nuts just don't hold very good. If I had to go back, I'd probably eventually do something with that. I eventually want to just get rid of the KBD bumper. Like, it does serve its purpose, but I don't know. I feel like after knowing how to fix fiberglass, it really doesn't scare me that much as much as it used to. Got some Taberinos. The bar I bent was actually fit up pretty well. So this was first try, and it took it was definitely the most bends I've had to do in one bar during this whole thing. So that's the hardest bar anyway. So if y'all can do that, then the rest of this should be a cakewalk for y'all. But my plan is to basically drill out the holes pretty big, because I'm just using like the GM clips to hold this bumper on, like on the top portion anyway. But I enjoy working with the plastic clips on the top, so I can just kind of take a flathead and pop them off, and if I lose them, it's not a huge deal. I have, like, they sell them in packs of 1 million of them on Amazon. So I did end up upgrading to these new Mac like cobalt drill bits, and that's one thing I will never take for granted ever again. So do yourself a favor, guys, please get some quality drill bits. Dude, they just like fall through this plate. It's like actually crazy. So a good set of drill bits definitely goes a long way, especially when you're like me and you hate drilling. So okay, so just about wrapping up with this upper bumper support. Run into a little bit of a debacle, if you would, you know what I'm saying? Run into a slight predicament. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and run with these 2 tabs. So just kind of, if the bumper's gonna leave the chat, it's gonna do it in more of an easy fashion, and hopefully not tear up a bunch of shit when it comes off. So that's keyword when too. So I thought this bar would be a very good idea, just so it doesn't like droop as much. But when I like press on it, you can see it it bends the coolers like in towards the radiator, and I don't think that's super great idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably lop this off and like tee it into the top right there instead of the bottom. That way it kind of pulls on this, and it's kind of more at a, I don't know, dude. I'm gonna weld it right there, and I'm gonna see what it does. Bumper is on, KBD. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Looks pretty good. I welded this support on. This is just what I had from the factory support too. Bro, are you just gonna vibe out, or what are you doing? But that's just the support I made off of that one. I just reused it. I just kind of put some shitty tack welds on there just because I don't want my bumper coming off and the whole fucking radiator support to just fly off with it if it was welded good. Hell yeah. Bumper looks good. So fast forward some time, obviously it definitely looks a little different than when y'all last seen it. Went ahead, bumper support is good. I'm just gonna go ahead and run the tabs like I said. Those two makes it a little easier to take off too. I went ahead, threw some paint on this thing. I ended up just, I put a bar from here to here and didn't really think ahead, and I remembered that the damn factory catcher is still there, and so it wouldn't let me close the hood. So I'm just gonna go ahead. It actually does a good job at when the bumper kind of like bounces and does its thing. It doesn't really shake everything, so that's good. But yeah, the coolers look good. I routed the power steering just kind of where it is factory. Well, this LS has still like 350Z accessories, so for those that y'all have a VQ, this will kind of be the exact same. And then I went ahead and ran the oil cooler lines around here. The space is pretty good, but literally like the factory core support would be hitting the intake right there, which is why it's kind of marked up. I need to just get a new intake. I really don't like this thing, but yeah, now there's space right there. So yeah, I still need to make a coolant overflow tank, because is kind of ratchet and cool kind of drift car spec that is. I don't want it to be a forever thing. So yeah, and I currently just wired up the factory fans so I can drive it, because I do miss driving this thing. But eventually I got some stuff over there to make a shroud. I'm also just gonna switch it over to distilled water to make my life a little easy. So, but yeah, part 2, core support 350Z done. Let me know if you all have any questions, and I'll catch y'all next time.